Teachers have backed a letter calling on the Chancellor not to cut school budgets. Sky News has seen the document, which expresses teachers' concerns about the government's new national funding formula.
Well, they say it means schools of the same size will receive different amounts of money depending on their location. But the government has said that the system will put an end to disparities and that every school will see an increase in funding. Laura Bundock's been looking into it.
School funding is a complicated numbers game. They've struggled with the sums for years at Tanbridge House, one of the lowest funded schools in England.
How much do you think Tanbridge House gets? What's our budget every year? I'll give you a clue, it's a few million. What does anyone think? Go on, my friend. 4 million, not a bad guess. Can we go up a bit higher? We're not going to do a bidding.
The new national funding formula is meant to make the allocation of school budgets fairer, but the head here says it's still not enough.
If I lose a teacher, I can't afford to replace them. Our children, most crucially, being disadvantaged as well. They're all going to sit the same GCSE, yet they're in class sizes of 35. They don't get the one-to-one support that they want. I'm really proud of the school. We're doing great, but think how well we could do if we were just funded adequately.
He started a campaign and says the government's own figures show under the new formula in 2018 to 19, an average funded primary school in Devon will receive over £400,000 less than the same size school in Greenwich. An average secondary school in Oxford will get over £4 million less than the same size school in Hackney. That's the equivalent of 133 teachers. Pupils say it's simply not fair.
Just because we're in a different part of the country doesn't mean that we shouldn't get the same amount as other people.
I just think it's quite unfair how they've got so much more money than our school does.
Very unexpected. You think that you don't really realise when you're at school, you just think that you're the same as everyone else.
In a statement, the Schools Minister Nick Gibbs said the introduction of the national funding formula from 2018 to 19, backed by £1.3 billion of additional investment, has been widely welcomed and will put an end to historic disparities in the system. There are no cuts in funding. Every school will see an increase in funding through the formula from 2018. But many say even with extra funding, in real terms, school budgets are still being cut by £1.7 billion. On Tuesday, representatives will deliver this letter to the Chancellor. It's signed by over 4,000 schools. Many parents are also backing the action.
As class sizes grow, then my son's education and all the kids here and in West Sussex are going to have a substandard education, and he is actually, in the government's eyes, worth less than children in other parts of the country.
There's agreement school funding must change, but campaigners say more money is needed too if we're to give children a fairer future. Laura Bundock, Sky News.